me, that is all I need. Yeah, I'm still at your heart tonight. Take my hand and stand by my side.
Hello dear friends, I sent you video very long ago. Unfortunately, I have been very busy, but I didn't forget about posting new videos for you to practice Hungarian. So here's my new video. I hope you will find it useful. In this tutorial or video, I will talk about you and Youll, these two simple words. And I decided to discuss the use of these words because it is my experience that many of my Russian-speaking friends don't always use them properly. And I thought that I would collect some simple examples to show them how these words are used in the Hungarian language. This may be very easy for English-speaking people, but as I said, for Russian-speaking people, sometimes they are mixed, they are confused. So I hope that these examples will help them clarify the difference between you and Youll. So the first idea is that we need to discuss is that there's a big difference between you and Youll. You is an adjective. So to describe something which has a quality, a good quality. For example, Feri jó ember. Here, see, Feri is a good man. Here we use this word jó, or jó idő lesz holnap, weather will be good tomorrow. Again, we see jó to describe the quality of something, or in a negative sentence you see ez a film nem jó. Ez a film nem jó. This film is not good. You see that the movie doesn't have the quality of being good. So you see that in these simple sentences that the word good is used in very simple ways. We don't change anything. We don't have grammatical genders in Hungarian language, so we don't modify them. Also, when we wish good something to somebody, we use the word good, like jó napot. Here you see the T suffix means the accusative case. So I wish you good day. We don't say jó nap kívánok, but jó napot. In a very similar way, jó utat, I wish you good journey, or jó étvágyat, good appetite. These are some of the examples when we use the word jó. Again, you see that jó is not modified at all. Even if we use the plural here, nothing would change here. Jó napokat kívánok neked. I wish you good days. Again, nothing would change here. So basically, jó describes a quality. When we want to describe how something happens, how something works, and you would like to say that something works well, or you feel well, then you use the word jól. For example, jól érzem magam. In English you would say I feel good. In Hungarian you would never say jó érzem magam, but you would say jól, I feel well. So here is one difference. How do you feel? How are you? You say hogy vagy. So that would be a question in Hungarian. Hogy vagy? You say jól. Also, if somebody works well, you say Julcsi jól dolgozik, Julie works well, again you use Youll, because this is the answer to the question how somebody works. Julcsi jól dolgozik. Again, third example, a tanuló jól válaszolt a kérdésre. A tanuló jól válaszolt a kérdésre. The student gave a good answer to the question. Jól válaszolt, it would be in English answered well to the question. So in these cases, you use Youll because it describes how something happened. I hope these examples make it very clear how we use them, because some of my Russian-speaking friends use Youll here too. Feri jól ember, but this is not correct at all. Or jól idő lesz, this is not correct. When you describe quality, you always use jó. Okay, let's say the second example in a context. The question is a very, very common question in everyday conversations when you meet a friend. Hogy vagy? How are you? Or in a more formal way, ön hogy van? Or hogy van? It's also how are you, but in a formal way of addressing people. The normal and the correct answer here, jól vagyok, or jól érzem magam, köszönöm. You may also say, köszönöm, jól vagyok, kösz, jól vagyok. This is also very polite. Oh, hogy vagy? Kösz, jól vagyok. Hogy vagy? Köszönöm, jól vagyok. These are very, very common in a conversation. So these are the good examples. Oh, I used this so long ago, I almost forget. So these are the correct answers. Jól vagyok, jól érzem magam. Again, as we saw in the previous examples, jól gives you the answer to how. So this is the how question. And this is the answer, jól vagyok, or jól érzem magam. If you want to say a negative sentence, then if you don't feel well, you say nem vagyok jól, or nem érzem jól magam, but here we are discussing the word jól, so I just wanted to show you the examples, how we say, how we use jól in a negative sentence. Nem vagyok jól. Now we have an interesting question. Does it make a sense to say jó vagyok? That's an interesting question. In general, this is fine. You can say jó vagyok. This means I'm a good person. I'm good. But this is not the answer to the question, how are you? So when you say jó vagyok, this is never an answer to how are you, hogy vagy. It's always, if you want to give a proper answer to hogy vagy, it's always jól, because hogy means how. So you never use this, jó vagyok, when the question is, how are you? Hogy vagy, jó vagyok? No, this is not correct. Otherwise, this is a good sentence, grammatically proper. Again, when you want to describe that I'm a good person, I have good qualities, I'm an excellent person, okay? Or when you are good at something, jó vagyok, maybe I can write it here. Here, I used it long ago. So this structure is also can also be used. I'm good at something in Hungarian jó vagyokban, ben jó vagyok valamiben, but I wouldn't really use this structure. For example, somebody would say that jó vagyok az úszásban. Of course, Hungarians wouldn't understand this, but this is not really good. Instead of this, I would say úszás is swimming, so I'm good at swimming. Everybody would understand this, of course, but I wouldn't use this sentence in everyday conversations. Instead of this, I would use jól úszom. Okay. So I swim well. This would be much better than jó vagyok az úszásban. But sometimes we use this structure, but if you use it, it's fine, but I would prefer using this Youll úszom. Okay, but everybody would understand this. Miben vagy jó? That would be the question. In what are you good? And the answer is I'm good in something. We don't say at, but we say in Hungarian in. But I would prefer, if you want to speak good Hungarian language, then I would prefer this structure, jól úszom. I do something well. And finally, here is a third example. In this example, we have also, again, a very common use of these words. When we say all right, when we want to express that, okay, that's fine. For example, this guy says, holnap találkozunk, we'll meet tomorrow, and the girl agrees and wants to say, okay, that's good, that's fine. There are several options to express this idea. One is saying jól van. It is well, if you want to translate this literally. So it is well. How is it? It is well. Or you simply say jó. This is another correct answer. Which simply means good. And here we have again one typical error that I have seen when I was talking with my Russian friends, because they said very often that Youll. They said Youll. And Youll by itself wouldn't work here. Okay, so either you say jól van or you say jó, but jól in this context, when you want to express the idea that you agree with something, so this is fine, this is also fine, this is okay, but jól by itself, this is not good. Okay, so jól van, jó, they are okay, but I would never use jól here by itself. In other contexts, of course, this is quite possible to say jól, but this doesn't express that you agree with somebody or with an idea. Of course, there are many other ways to express that you agree with another person. Rendben van or rendben, they are also good. They are fine. Rendben van, rend is order, and rendben van, it means in order, or simply it is in order or in order. In English, I think you never use this or don't use this. English-speaking people don't speak like this, as far as I know. But Russian-speaking people do say v порядке, порядок. So this is exactly the same thing. So it is in order, which means that I agree with you and I agree with the idea that you're talking about. So let's summarize our today's lesson. We were talking about you and Youll, and I showed you some examples of using these two words and the differences and some simple everyday contexts where you and Youll are used. Here the main idea is that you describes a quality. Jó ember, good man. Jó idő, good weather. Nem jó, film is not good. Or jó napot, jó utat, a good journey, good journey or good day. Jó étvágyad, good appetite. Youll describes the way how something works or how something happens. I feel well, so Youll is well in English. Julcsi jól dolgozik, works well, or answered well the question, so jól válaszolt. So this is the main difference between the two. The other frequent use of these words is related to, or jól, is related to when we express how somebody feels. Jól vagyok, hogy vagy, hogy van, jól vagyok, this is the proper answer, and we never say jól vagyok, at least in this context. But jól vagyok means that I'm good, I'm a good person, so this is not an answer to this question, how are you? And sometimes we say jó vagyok, I'm good at something, jó vagyok valamiben, but personally I prefer saying jól úszom, and not really jó vagyok az úszásban. And third, when you want to express that you agree with somebody or an idea, maybe holnap találkozunk, we'll meet tomorrow. Jól van is a good answer, or jó by itself is also a proper answer, but jól by itself, it's not a good answer. So something is missing or there's something too much, but jól by itself, we never use this like this. Rendben van or rendben, both are good. Okay, thank you for your attention. I hope you found it useful. Goodbye.